How you doing, guys? I'm Sean. Welcome to Rambles with my camera. Guys, today's video is going to be probably a bit of a controversial topic. Not too controversial, I hope. Then again, I may. It's just basically when you're starting to. I got a comment on one of my videos, or the guy left a nice comment. Well, a comment about a street photography video, and he mentioned that he should be maybe considering using a mirrorless camera to be less conspicuous when out taking photographs. And I said I would be making this video, but it's not just in direct, relation to his comment, but I've seen it on other videos of other people's, and I've seen a lot of comments in forums and things like that. And I just think, this myth about, if you want to do street photography, the smaller the camera is a way to go, that you can't take it with a DSLR. You have to be a mirrorless, or you have to have a, 35mm Leica film camera going, or smaller cameras possible is the best. Well, it's a load of bullshit, and I tell you why it's a load of bullshit, and bear with me on this, why I want to say it's a load of bullshit. Because basically, if you think about what you're actually saying, if you happen to believe that, by the way, that you have to have a small camera to take better street because you'll be less conspicuous. This is 2016. We're going into the second week now of 2016. If you're walking down the street, and if it's a densely populated area, or maybe even a rural location like where I'm living here in Ireland, you put your hand up to your face when somebody's approaching you, more than likely they're going to glance over you. If you put a mobile phone up to your eye, or you start going like this here with a mobile phone, people will sit and watch. So they're automatically going to be seeing you. So when you're talking about being inconspicuous, people are already spotting people with mobile phones. And if you think about what you're saying, or about, get a smaller camera, or make yourself look like a tourist, because people are not going to be conspicuous and they're going to be okay. 2016, people are quite aware of the social media, that photographs being up left, right and centre. You only have to open up your timeline in your Facebook and you'll see these feeds of photographs of people being taken. So people are also very cautious about getting their photograph taken now. We're on a different era now. Yes, we're in the digital era, but we're in an era now where people are very suspicious of what you're doing with their image. A lot of people are becoming more out of the box, more aware of Big Brother Inc., the Illuminati, New World Order Inc., this controlling of the information going around and the cameras everywhere. So people are becoming more aware now of people getting their identity, taken, their photographs being taken, their information being taken. And they're being very suspicious of it. So is a smaller camera really going to make that much of a difference? No, it's not. Because in reality, that Joe public, if they happen to see you putting a mirrorless camera up to your eye, or a DSLR, they are not going to know the difference of that camera. They're not going to look at it and say, oh, that's a mirrorless camera, that's a small camera, he must not be going to use it. They're still going to ask that question, is why are you taking a photograph of me? Why are you pointing that camera towards me? Why are you doing that? So it needs to stop. This thing now about, the smaller the camera, the better. It's the camera that you've got in your hand. As long as it does the job, if it delivers you the image that you need, then use it. Doesn't matter whether it's a DSLR, mirrorless, or a film camera. Excuse me. Do you know what I mean? So you have to stop this thinking that because you've got a smaller camera, you're going to blend in as if you're just like a tourist. People are watching now. Doesn't make a difference. If you're looking for the candid style, and I'm going to cover that in another video, street photography has to be candid and only candid. But if they're going to spot you, they're going to look at you anyway. If you see anybody pointing a camera towards you, or a mobile phone towards you, or an Android, or any sort of device towards you, you're going to be sitting, is that person taking my photograph? So I don't believe that that's a genuine case. That if you get a smaller camera, you're going to be less conspicuous. Certain circumstances, if you're walking about with two big DSLRs with big, 300 or 400 millimeter lenses attached to them, and you're sitting walking about with 2 or 3 camera bodies around your neck, are you going to be less conspicuous or more conspicuous than the guy with a mirrorless camera? Well, that's common sense. Yes, the mirrorless camera on that occasion will be better. But look, let's not lose sight here. We're not paparazzi. We're not out here to snoop and sneak and take photographs of people that we're not meant to take. You're taking photographs in a public place. You still respect the person's space. So you shouldn't have any fear of anybody coming up to you and saying, did you take my photograph there? Why did you take my photograph? Or they turn around and say, tell you, delete that photograph, or take that film out of the back of the camera. It's up to you to really get ready for that, because it will happen. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it will. It's happened to me on many occasions. I've never had really any hassle with it. When I just explained to him, I'm a photographer, I'm documenting the areas. I thought you were quite, you actually captured the moment here, and I just wanted to take your photograph, and I just thought you look class. It was actually a great photograph. And they're usually okay about that. But don't be bullshitting people. Like, don't be thinking because you've got a wee small camera or you've got a mirrorless camera that these people are not going to get pissed off if they catch you taking a photograph. You're not doing anything wrong. And if you're feeling that you have to blend in, and you're not Henri Cartier-Bresson, his days are gone. They went in the 1930s and 40s, 50s and 60s. They're gone. Them days are gone. Do you know what I mean? Everybody has cameras now. Everybody's walking about. You don't have to walk any main square in any city and look around you. There'll be about 20 or 30 tourists all having cameras. People are taking photographs. Look at the cameras they're using. Blend in. Look, most of the tourists now have got the big lenses on their cameras. They're so cheap now. So I disagree with that concept of small camera over large camera. Use the camera that you've got. By all means, there's many tips you could be more discreet and more to blend in the colouring of your clothing, the way you dress, how you approach, know your camera, know your settings of your camera, know that you can take a photograph, change your lighting within a second, shoot on manual, shoot on raw. So you're able to flick up a switch and you're able to actually change round and take that photograph no matter what situation within seconds, instead of fluffing about and going, oh, looking at the lens, oh, I'm going to take a photograph. So you've got that camera virtually set exactly the way you want it before you raise it to your eye. That's more important than the size of the camera. People run about with Leicas and they're Tipex and they're putting masking tape over the top so people can't see it. They make it less thing. Come on. Stop making excuses about photographs being so shit because of the size of the camera. You haven't got this camera, that camera. Oh, my photographs would be much better if I had this type of camera. My photographs would be much better if I had a mirrorless camera. My photographs would be much better if I had a Leica. It's bullshit. The camera you've got now, you can achieve great photographs with. You can achieve great street photographs with too. It's not about the camera gear. Yes, it plays a part in it, but that's not the be all and end all on it. So you go. That's my views on it. Please leave your comments down below what you think. Do you think it's really that important of the size of the camera this day and age? You know what I mean? Do you think it makes any difference at all? You can follow me on Twitter and on Facebook, and you can check out my website rambleswithmycamera.com and leave a comment down below if you agree with me or disagree with me, and let's get this conversation. I'm going to do a couple more videos on these and bust these street photography myths right open. Guys, send you love from Ireland, and keep taking photographs and have fun, for goodness sake. Stop making it difficult.